Hey guys, what's going on? Jeb here, and in today's video, Bitcoin is at a critical decision point because Bitcoin is currently sitting right above the 20 daily exponential moving average, and since we've already started a downtrend, if Bitcoin does actually fall below that level of support, there's a very strong chance that we're going to be going significantly lower. So in today's video, we're going to be discussing the technical landscape surrounding Bitcoin at the current moment, and we're going to be coming to a conclusion on where Bitcoin is heading from here. By the time this video is over, you should have a much better understanding of where Bitcoin is going and all the forces driving Bitcoin in that direction so that you guys can come to your own conclusions as well. We're gonna have a lot of fun today, guys. If you do enjoy today's video, consider hitting that like and subscribe button. It really helps out the channel when you do that. But without much further ado, guys, let's go ahead and dive right on into it. I'll tell you what, there ain't nothing that coffee can't fix, and it has been a weird month or so, but I have coffee, so I'm good. I don't know about you guys, but I'm good. Let's get into it. Over the last couple of weeks, as you know, the entire world has been falling apart, and the whole economy's been crashing, and, you know, crash, boom, bang. It kind of looks like 2012 out there, I'm not gonna lie. But even in such, guys, Bitcoin has been managing to do pretty well. In fact, Bitcoin only being down about 10% from where this whole mess started is quite a testament to the survivability of Bitcoin in economic turmoil, something that we didn't really understand before going into this because Bitcoin has only existed in a period of economic growth. And I certainly find it interesting, but also very predictable that the Dow Jones and the SPY and the stock market is bouncing while Bitcoin is correcting. The reason I say that's predictable is because the stock market is designed to go up forever. It's built to do that. Bitcoin, on the other hand, doesn't have all of the institutions behind it in the same way that the stock market does. It doesn't have the entire weight of the federal government backing it up. It simply has us. And we're pretty cool, but we're not the federal government cool. I mean, when's the last time you pulled $3 trillion out of thin air? I'll wait. The reason I say all that is to prepare you for this because Bitcoin moving to the downside is not a bad thing, but it is simply Bitcoin's nature. Bitcoin is going to have much longer periods of retracement than the stock market is because the stock market is backed up by the most powerful Federal Reserve on the planet by a long shot. Bitcoin rejected off of the 1,000 daily simple moving average, and if you guys will remember to 2 days ago, we talked about how this candlestick right here was a 9 flash on the TD sequential, which does indicate a new downtrend. Over the next few days, Bitcoin did move to the downside, and right now we are sitting just above this 20 daily exponential moving average, and that is our decision point. You can see the RSI has already corrected back below 50, and the MACD is converging on itself, looking like we're going to have a bearish cross in about 48 to 72 hours. This 20 DEMA is the last thing holding Bitcoin up. If Bitcoin falls below this, we're going to be heading quite a bit lower. My targets put it somewhere around mid 5,000 range. I want you guys to be doing your own analysis as always, but I really don't see a lot of support under Bitcoin right now except the 20 DEMA. And this is what I was talking about. If you think back to about 2 weeks ago, I was talking about how I thought Bitcoin was probably going to rally to somewhere in the 7,000s and we pulled back down into the $4,000 or $5,000 range. That's what I said. And we might not pull all the way back down there. We might not pull quite that far back, but I've had a feeling for the majority of this time that Bitcoin was going to bounce. It was going to correct somewhere right around where it did, and then we were going to start moving to the downside from there. Bitcoin is going to have trouble going into a massive bull run while everybody is focused on paying rent and keeping the lights on and feeding their children. People just don't have a lot of money to be investing in Bitcoin right now in the same way that they did 2 months ago. And because of that reason, we can only really rely on the money that's already in the space. We don't have a whole lot of money coming in from outside of the space, which means it would be really surprising if the price of Bitcoin went higher than where it was before all of this started. I think that makes sense. Tell me in the comment section if you don't understand, and I'll try to explain it. There's only so much valuation and money in cryptocurrency right now, and I don't think we can expect a whole lot more of it coming in for a little while. So what that means is that it theoretically caps the price that Bitcoin can go to. And that's why this support level is so important, because Bitcoin really, in my opinion, has two choices here. We can either trade sideways or we can fall. I don't really see Bitcoin breaking above 7,800. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't see it happening, at least not in the next 7 days. If something changes beyond that, I can't predict all of the world events going on right now. There's all kinds of craziness happening that is unpredictable. But as far as what I can see, I don't really see Bitcoin moving back up to like $8,000 or higher in the next 7 days. Here's what I do think might happen, though. I think there's a very good chance, actually, that Bitcoin breaks the 20 DEMA here. Guys, the reason I say that is because Bitcoin rallied. It broke bullish above $6,900, which is where we are now currently trying to get support. We rallied, but we only rallied a few percentage points. If Bitcoin has a breakout like this, okay, look, there's something I like to talk about, and it's the ratio of the size of a pattern to the size of the breakout. This pattern, lasted 3 weeks. This pattern was 62% tall from bottom to top. It lasted 24 days. You would expect a breakout that was proportional in size and scope to that, so maybe a breakout to like $9,000 because of how large this pattern was. We didn't see that. This was an undersized breakout compared to the size of the pattern that led to it, and that does not give strength credence to the bulls. In fact, it gives strength credence to the bears, and it does indicate to me that the bulls may have broken out, but the bears are the ones that are coming into power now. We have the MACD lining up for bearishness. We saw Bitcoin barely break bullish, and then now we move back to the downside. We don't see a really strong bounce coming off of $6,800. I understand it's the weekend, but Bitcoin trades 7 days a week. If Bitcoin was going to bounce here, I would have expected it to happen by now. I think it's going to break. That's my call. I think the 20D EMA is going to break, and I think Bitcoin's going to head lower. So guys, here's the thing. Bitcoin is in a strange technical position right now. I mean, the entire global economy is crashing. I mean, everything is kind of falling apart. We've never seen 17 million jobless claims in 1 month in America, not by a very, very large margin. Every single week that goes by, there are more jobless claims than happened during the entire 2008 financial crisis. It's a dangerous world out there right now as far as the economy is concerned. And it is going to have ramifications on Bitcoin and the cryptocurrency markets, and probably in a year or two when it starts catching up real estate. It's going to have impacts on the stock market. It's going to have impacts on your paycheck. It's going to have impacts on the amount of taxes you pay, maybe. It's going to have an impact on inflation. It's going to have an impact on the cost of goods. It's going to have an impact on oil. It's going to have an impact on gas prices. It's going to have an impact on everything. But that doesn't necessarily mean that it has to be an entirely bad thing. Because you see, whenever some kind of world-shaping crisis like this happens, there is always a winner. It's not a zero-sum game, but there is always a winner when there is cataclysm going on like this. And I'll tell you who one of the winners is going to be. One of the winners, unfortunately, is going to be China. But as far as we are concerned, we can be winners if we make sure we take advantage of this in a way that is conducive to our own success, rather than groveling and being upset that Bitcoin is having a little correction, or we lost money in the stock market, or we lost money, period, or we lost our jobs, or, oh no, we can't go and see friends and family for 3 months. I think we're going to live. People have been through a lot worse and lived, you know? If Bitcoin corrects here, if Bitcoin falls here, if Bitcoin falls down to $4,000 again, I want you to ask yourself one very important question. Do you have faith? Because if you don't have faith, when times get hard and Bitcoin pulls back to $3,900 again, if it does that, you are going to run for the hills. You're going to sell your bags, and you're going to go packing. But if you do have faith, when Bitcoin pulls back to those levels, if it pulls back to those levels, if Bitcoin goes into another year or two of a bear market, excuse me, and you have faith in the project that we're analyzing right now, and the vision that this currency and this community has for the future, if you do have faith in that, every dollar value, every dollar tick that Bitcoin moves to the downside should excite you, because it means that you can get cheaper Bitcoin. I don't want you guys freaking out because Bitcoin might go into another downtrend here. I think it's going to. And I want to mentally prepare you guys, because a lot of people are going to quit if Bitcoin falls again. A lot of people have stayed in this market because Bitcoin had one bad day and has been rallying ever since then. Well, guys, I'm here to tell you I don't think that's going to last. And I don't want you guys giving up on cryptocurrency. If you take a break, I could understand trying to go and make sure you're doing everything that needs to be done in the real world. But more so than wondering where Bitcoin is moving over the next few days and over the next few weeks, I want you wondering, where is your faith? Where is your heart? Where is your mind? Where are you in relation to this market? Are you ever planning on leaving? Do you ever say that you're planning on leaving? Are you one of those people that says, oh, in this situation, I would do this, and then when the situation comes, you don't do what you think you did because you didn't understand yourself as well as you thought you did? There's a lot of introspection that needs to happen over the next few weeks, and I'll tell you what, the people that come out of this better on the other side are not going to come out better because they bought cheap stocks. They're not going to come out better because they bought a deflating real estate market when the rest of this economic hardship catches up with the real estate market. It's not going to be those people that are successful. They're going to have some success. The people that are successful are the people that are going to come out of this market having learned something from it that you can only learn through crisis, because tough people, because resilient people, because people that never give up are built from times that are tough. They're not built in times of ease and luxury and complacency. So be thinking about how to improve yourself as well as how to trade in cryptocurrencies, and you will be a much better person for it. Anyway, guys, that is pretty much going to wrap it out for today's video. I do hope you guys did enjoy today's video. If you did enjoy today's video, please consider hitting the like and subscribe button on this video and leaving a comment below the... Okay, I'll stop. Seriously, though, if you did enjoy today's video, consider hitting that like and subscribe button. It really helps out the channel when you do that, and I would be very appreciative if you did. Guys, I'm really looking forward to what we can accomplish and the good things that are coming in 2020, and I'm also looking forward to all of this being over, as I'm sure all of you are as well. But guys, like I said, that is going to wrap it out for today's video. Before I go, though, I do first want to thank each and every single last one of you for watching, as always, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.
Oh, I got a real good